Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to another Algorand video, and I hope you guys are doing well. It's been about a month since I did the original video. This is a follow-up video to that. Just disclaimers out of the way, none of this is financial advice, just my own opinions. Recouping back here on the DEX that I was talking about here in the Algorand system. Again, I have drawn attention to PactFi. Just wanted to bring attention to the second phase of the liquidity program bonuses. These will be going on from June 7th to August 2nd. So if you have not already found a spot to start getting your liquidity pools going, it might be worthwhile to check these out since there are additional benefits that they're giving out through that program. And I would just like to take a second to just show you some of these pools and kind of what this looks like, some of the rates that we're getting right now. And basically we have a TVL of $7.1 million here on PACT right now. And some of the top pools are still stable coins, with the third largest pool at the moment being the ALGO Go BTC. This is currently the pool that I am in right now, and as you can see, there is a 18.4% current ANIS reward on top of the normal trading, which is 5.39, with a TVL of about $1 million there. So that is my personal pool at the moment, or at least that's where I'm positioned. However, I told you guys this was a follow-up video, and I did just want to take some time to explain some of the narrative that we've been going over on this channel. This is my silver to Algorand chart. I have this updated as of June 24th. I've done this, actually the current information is up to June 23rd. Last time I did a video was May 11th. And I want to show you guys how we've, gone from over that time, and give you guys some numbers and just an idea of what we're doing here. So in this chart, we are measuring the purchasing power of Algorand silver versus Algorand rather. And I have this chart all the way from 2019, back when Algorand was first introduced. And of course, back then we had a 5 ratio. Which would indicate that Algorand had very high purchasing power when compared to silver, or rather silver would have lower purchasing power, all the way up to a high of 102 back on March 16th of 2020. So this would have indicated that silver you would have been able to get the most bang for your buck if you were transferring from silver or precious metals into the crypto. And currently we stand, and we've been climbing ever since the end of last year. So this entire year, all 6 months so far of 2022, Algorand in cryptocurrency has been devaluing against precious metals, or in this case, silver. And this last reading was at 62. So we still could go back to, previous, lows in ALGO, which would mean that if you are in some type of precious metals related asset, potentially a stock or something, if you wanted to convert over into crypto, I would watch this ratio to see when you can get the most bang for your buck. And I will draw us back to the chart here on the Meld Gold MCAU Algorand standard asset 6547014, like we've discussed before. And I have 12-hour chart here, linear. And you can see this number in the May 11th video is actually 115. We're currently at 184. Over the past couple days, I actually watched this peak above 200, pretty much across all of the DEXs. And it's just so interesting to watch this, because when you configure this back into US dollars, this Meld Gold price has remained the same. The only thing that is changing is the ALGO price that it's based in. That is because the value of gold is staying constant, and the thing that is devaluing is basically Algorand, the cryptocurrency, and that creates an impermanent loss, long arbitrage opportunity for you. Keep in mind, you would have not lost value because your anchor was still gold. The actual asset on this has not changed much. It's been in a range between 62 and a high of 70 in the last few months or so. So it has a much tighter range. It has not given back much losses at all, and it's been basically stable this entire time. So that was just kind of a recap on where we are as far as the charts go. That's really the first part of this video that I wanted to do, give you guys just a quick update on this so you can see for yourselves. I am tracking this. But I wanted to draw attention to some other YouTubers that I think are doing some great work out there, and these are, all kinds of other strategies and information that myself personally I take in. I just got done, watching a update here from Upside Down Data. What I really like about Upside Down Data, they do have models that they use that are very familiar to good solid traditional finance technical analysis. What they have is a trends direction indicator. I personally know a little bit about the background of this. There's some kind of a combination here of using a couple different types of technical analysis. Many people have heard of moving average convergence, divergence. Some advanced strategies will actually basically do spreads between shorter periods and longer periods, and that can be a telling way of trends changing before you may actually see them. And then when you stack that on top of some kind of a technical indicator like, say, rate of change, how something like this is applied is you want to see the rates of change from one asset at a point in time. So people will typically do year over year, or they'll do month over month, and you'll be able to see how quickly the rate of change either up or down is. And that's all about momentum. So both of these are what we consider momentum strategies. And in this case, this is really what Upside Down Data is discussing and getting into. They're talking about trends, momentum, and it has everything to do. All of the moving averages that people love are taken into account when you do this. There are different ways that you can set these up when you're setting up MACD indicators on your trading software or whatever you're looking at. And I think that's really good to get educated more on this and how we can use tools like this to really see things. And he does a really good analysis on this Bitcoin. It was put up 12 hours ago, so on the 23rd. Highly recommend, check it out, subscribe there. And also we have this video right here from a gentleman called George Gammon. This is really important, and the reason I like to talk about precious metals and bring those up so much is because I actually look at a bunch of macro things, and I have a background with all of these things. And he has an extremely good video. It says, "The truth about crypto crash revealed." It's not what you think. It is more macro based, but you will see how the macro actually trickles into our sector here of cryptocurrency. I love crypto because of the decentralization, and I love YouTube because there's a wealth of information out there. And these are all great resources that I use personally. And if you take the 12 minutes, and he has other information as well, you can become highly educated so quickly just by listening to somebody who knows the macro here, and it'll make you feel more confident about the decisions that you're making, in this space. Another tool that I'll bring up here, this is something called, this is called the Modified Mannarito Market Risk Indicator. This is a risk measurement tool, and this is something that expands more on the macro environment. What this tool does is this measures the dollar index, the DXY, which is a measure of the relative strength of the dollar versus other fiat currencies. Very important to remember. So right now, the DXY has been rallying because other currencies around the world have been declining. So the dollar has been rallying against other currencies, which is why we've seen strength in the DXY. The US 10-year, this is the Treasury, this is the 10-year bond. This is the benchmark basically for interest rates, for mortgages, for so many important things in this economy. This is, partially the reason, along with the federal funds rate, as to why you guys have maybe gotten notices in your bank account that they're going to be giving you a slightly higher interest rate on your savings. Like, all of this stuff is tied to this. And all of these factors here are taken into account, and you can actually see the formula right here. It's open source information. So they have the DXY multiplied by the 10-year Treasury and divided by 1.61, which is the golden ratio, the mean golden ratio. It's just it's a factor there, times the debt to GDP, which is a rate. So this is how you get a risk indicator. This is not a crash indicator. This is simply talking about how there is elevated risk in the market. You should be aware, and right now it is very far in the red. And Gregory Mannarito is another YouTuber. If you want to get a really good, solid education on a lot of things, he has a very good background with this. He regularly talks about crypto in his talks too, and he is fully aware of that. And he just does a nice way of tying in macro and the crypto space and how we can take all of these things together to draw this picture. And, in some shape or form, this chart is attempting to do that as well too. So, guys, that is going to be my video today. Please check out PACT if you have not yet found a good DEX that you're looking to get into. Lots of benefits there. That's all for now, guys. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.